As you begin to settle in, feeling your breath as it comes in and out of the body. Big inhalation in, and a full exhalation out. Allowing the weight of the body to settle as you breathe in and out. Giving permission for your mind and your body to relax. To allow for all the weights and burdens that you carry on your shoulders and in your mind to begin to let go. Giving yourself permission to have this time for you. Feeling the gentleness of the breath as it rises in and leaves fluidly out. Soft, gentle breaths. Feeling the rise and fall of the abdomen and the chest. Envisioning all of the tension, pain, strife that you have been holding in your legs that leaves on your exhalation. Continuing through the body, allowing the pain, the strife you've been holding in your hips begins to move away. The pain and stress and burdens that you've been holding along your spine, through your abdomen, begin to melt away. All the pain, strife, burdens that you've been carrying on your shoulders and within your chest begin to float out of you and away. The anxieties and fears that you've held in your throat begin to release. The neck is more at ease. All the worries and concerns that you've been holding in your brain, the face muscles, the bones, begins to flow away, giving your mind freedom and space. allowing the body to relax. From head to toe, more and more discomfort leaves the body, the mind, and the spirit. A sense of peace begins to creep in. The gentleness of the breath as it flows in and out, helping to move past those burdens, those thoughts and feelings might arise, and that's okay. Let them continue to float by like clouds. Emotions might float by. You might move through some, and that's okay. Imagining or even being aware of your breath coming in and out through every pore of the body, as if your body was a sponge. A sponge that is saturated. So if you were to squeeze it, that represents breathing out. When you let go of the sponge, it fills up like when you inhale. Allowing your breath to continue like this, going to your eyes. Imagining that you can breathe in and out through your eyes. Releasing tension around the eyes, through the hip. All the way around the sockets, through the muscles. As the breath moves gently in and out, breathing through the eyes as they become heavier and softer in the sockets. This gentle breath flows into the lungs. Imagine or begin to use your intuition to flow into the body, into the lungs, following the air and the breath as it slides in and all the way down into the lungs. You might see this in a color or a shape or a word or phrase. Watching as the lungs expand and contract. Following the breath past the lungs and into the diaphragm as it expands and contracts. And then all the way down into the belly. As it flows to and from your navel, moving away from the spine on the inhalation, and softly sinking towards the spine on your exhalation. Following this breath, this line of oxygen in through the body, allow your mind to wander through the body with your breath as the oxygen changes and moves into other systems. You might see it go through the circulatory system, through the nervous systems, digestion, through the tissues, hormones, lymphatic. Allow yourself to travel through the body, following the oxygen through the body, following the breath. Spreading through every limb, to every tip of the body. Flowing through the legs, to the tips of the toes, through the entire abdomen, the chest, the arms and shoulders to the fingertips, through the neck and throat, to the head and the face. Following the breath to the digestion, down through the esophagus, into the stomach, through the intestines, and out through the elimination process. Doing so, helping to ease and heal and send light to these spaces. Bringing your awareness to your heart, how it moves your circulation beginning to follow that circulation through the body. Not only running up and down the body and the limbs, but also through all the fine little parts of the skin, of the tissues that make up the organs, the muscles themselves. The breath is gentle and easy. Flowing through the bone structure, the crown of the head, down through all the fine bones of the skull, down to the neck, all the bones and vertebrae that make the neck, to where it connects to your shoulders, the rest of your spine, the bones that make your shoulders, the wings of the scapulas, the collarbones, as they connect to the arms, all the way down to the fingertips, all the fine bones of the fingers and the wrists. The long curving bones of the ribs as they expand from your vertebrae, wrapping around like a hug and meeting again in the center, creating the sternum. Bones that can move and flex without breaking easily. Following the vertebrae all the way down to the strong hip bones and femurs, the big solid leg bones, the sturdy pelvis and sacrum, down to the tip of the tailbone, following the legs, all the way down to the fine bones of the ankle and the feet, to the tips of the toes. Once again, imagining that you can breathe from every pore, every part of your body on your inhalation, filling it. On the exhalation, letting go of whatever is stagnant, no longer serving. Pain, anxiety, fear. Whatever it is you feel like you've been holding in your body, this beautiful physical body that you've chosen for this life, this vessel that can house so much joy and peace, can withstand many things, is strong and wise. This body that has so much to offer is whole and pure, sweeping away any doubts of that. Breathing in positive thoughts and feelings about your body and the functionality of it. Feeling the breath as it moves in and out. bringing your awareness to your brain, as if you can breathe from this brain in and out, all the nooks and crannies of this beautiful, healthy, vibrant brain, lighting up with every round of breath, the inhalations and the exhalations. Hit all the neurons and lightning bolts through the brain, fire evenly, connecting in the manner that works best for you at your optimal level. Your memory retention is its highest. Where words come freely, thoughts and phrases that were hiding behind the cobwebs come forward. As if you're house cleaning your brain, washing your brain, cleansing it, purifying, however you want to imagine that. Sprucing it up so it works at its highest level, where it feels wonderful. Imagining, sensing, feeling, envisioning the healthiest brain you can. Without judgment, imagining what that is like to have that healthy, beautiful brain functioning clearly every day. Stress and worry melt away as you breathe in and out of this brain like the sponge. Breathing in and out of the whole body in its entirety. As the breath moves in and out, for some, you may like to stay in this state. For others, you might need to readjust. Feel yourself drifting back into your physical form as one body. You wiggle fingers and toes, scrunch the nose, feeling the support of the earth underneath, whether you're sitting or lying down. Feeling the deepness of the breath as it comes into the body. A rich, full breath. When you feel you are ready to return to your meditation practice, readjust if you need, stretch, sip some water if you need, and then settle back in. Your position might change. Finding something peaceful to look at, whether you have your eyes closed or you have them softly open. Maybe you're looking out your own window or at a picture or even at the screen. If you choose to have your eyes closed and you're looking with your third eye or your imagination, letting the eyes be soft. where thoughts aren't really there. You're just observing, slightly aware of the textures and depth, of the different hues of color. How the light plays. Allowing this gaze to be soft. Thoughts might wander in and they float by. Soft gaze. Looking out beyond you. As the breath gently comes in and out, beginning to picture that you are near a place in nature that is close to water, a wetland sort of area where there are reeds, cattail, water-loving trees and plants like the willow, the cottonwood, swampy oak, the giant water-loving plants, lilies, beautiful flowers that love to be by the banks. Where the water moves peacefully, but not rapidly. As you're in this space, this wetlands, you smell a change in the air, smelling moss, smelling the water, the plant life. And you begin to watch the water. You see little flicks and rings from insects landing and leaving, from the fish coming up and grazing against the edge of the water, leaving ripples along the surface. And even the stillness of the water shows that there is life below that surface. You notice the colors on the water changing. Highlighted by the sun, the sky, the clouds. Listening to the sounds around you, the hum of the dragonflies, soft, robust singing of the frogs, the soft swoosh of the birds' wings as they take flight and land, the songs of the birds and the insects, soft whisper of the wind in the trees and plants, creating an orchestra just for you. Noticing the dragonflies as they gently fly and pause in mid-flight, hovering as if someone stopped them and held them there. As they can dart side to side. Beautiful dances. Lots of different colored ones. Multiple wings. All different sizes, colors. Some may be dancing together. Some might be dancing alone. As you stand there in this wetland area, reaching your arms out, and the butterflies come closer to you. The dragonflies hovering just outside the butterflies. The butterflies decide to leave as they float off, flittering away. And the dragonflies come closer, darting, diving, hovering, watching you. They begin to light upon you, landing on fingers and arms, on the head, along the body. Soft, gentle movements of their wings. As if they all speak in one voice, you begin to hear something they're trying to tell you. Completing their message, the dragonflies begin to release their hold, to begin to fly off. You watch as they drift back into their dances into nature. And a bird swoops down and lands at your feet. You stoop down to the bird, and the bird is not afraid. The bird is watching you curiously. And you begin to feel their presence and their thoughts as they begin to speak with you. And as quickly as your bird friend came, they flutter away, watching from afar. Noticing that there is a plant that's really calling to you, and you start to walk towards it. You feel the need to embrace it, to touch it, Just sit by it. As you begin to hear its words and feelings, its vibrations, finishing the conversation with the plant. Feeling this whole beautiful place of nature. Water and butterflies, dragonflies and birds, all types of animals, fish, insects, all types, muskrat and beaver, all kinds of animals. Thanking them for sharing this space with you. As you begin to feel the call to come back to your body, slowly drifting closer to your body. Feeling the physicalness of it, the heaviness, how it's rooted to the earth. As you feel the breath gently moving in through the body and out. Relaxing even more of the body. Maybe if you'll move to call, yawn, stretch, make noise, readjust. Settling back into your meditation position or altering it somewhat. Finding a space that is comfortable where you can feel your breath. Move in and out. And following this breath, whether it becomes the wind, whether you go inside your body, out to the ethers, to space. Maybe your breath allows you to travel into nature or on a trip. The mind expands, the heart open. As the breath comes in and out, maybe you focus on one spot of the body and continue to breathe in and out through that spot. The spot might seem to melt away to where nothing else exists, and that's okay. Gentle, easy breath as it carries you somewhere. your body feels relaxed and at ease. The mind is expanding and yet is resting at the same time. Eyes are soft. The throat is relaxed. As the body breathes gently and softly. Slowly bringing the awareness to the feeling of the breath, the temperature of it, the smoothness of it. Feeling the connection of the breath through the body, the limbs, the bones, the systems, even down to the tips of your hair, to the edges of your fingernails and toenails, all the way through you, bringing the connection back, returning to your physical body in its entirety, a healthy, strong and vibrant body, the balanced mind, feeling peace and tranquil, feeling centered. When you're ready, slowly beginning to open the eyes if you haven't already. You might have to open and close a few times. Let them adjust to light. What you might be looking at, you may not be able to have words for yet, and that's okay. Moving the tongue in your mouth, feeling the teeth, the roof of the mouth, the cheeks, touching the fingertips to each other, rubbing the hands gently and slowly, wiggling the toes, making funny faces, yawning, stretching. Feeling the breath as it moves in and out of the body. Check in with the entire body, how it feels. The heart rate. Is your breath deeper and richer now? Thank you for joining me in the meditation. I have made it possible for you to unmute yourself if you have a question about your meditation practice today or at home. If you have any questions, you can also put them in the chat box. Thank you to Springs of Vernon Hills for helping with all of the classes and sponsorships. You should have received an email recently of the changes and updates for the classes. We are going into November with the meditation and chair yoga. I'm not quite sure on the Tai Chi yet. We're still waiting for confirmation on that one. I hope you enjoyed the lovely backyard and birds. I'm sorry about the biplane, but it's quite nice before it gets too hot today. If you have a question or something you'd like to share about your experience today or your practice at home, feel free to put it in the chat. You can also email me if it's something you don't want to put there, or unmute yourself and tell me. That's okay. The comment is to be, I think last night was the strongest night, and then start to ease off now. I think we're still supposed to be able to see it through possibly tomorrow night in our region. It's supposed to be near the Big Dipper. Where I live, we have too much light pollution. We have a really big street light right in front of my house, so I haven't been able to see it. So you might be able to. I know people have been able to see it where they're not in the city as much. Lots of people saw purples, blues, and pinks today in their meditation. That's lovely. Healing colors.
Hey, what's going on? Why are you not muted? You saw green. Green is one of the strongest physical healing colors. Purple is one of the strongest healing colors for the mind. Blue is a very strong healing color for the throat. Pinks are usually having to do with emotions. I hope all of you have a lovely rest of your week, the beginning of your weekend. Stay as cool as you can. Please drink some water. Stay hydrated. I know it's supposed to be a very hot weekend with strong heat indexes, not that great air quality we've been having. So stay safe, everybody, and have a lovely weekend. See you next week. Maybe I'll see you in Tai Chi or chair yoga.
Thank you, Haley.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. It was beautiful.
You're welcome. I'm glad you liked it.
Loved it.
Good.
Oh.